You good?
All good.
Guys, welcome back to the final episode of season 8, episode 6. This is, and last week I was chatting about having a guest on, and today is very kind of full circle moment. Topic and a guest as well that has been part of the community, part of the journey a long time. And it's Laurie. So, Laurie is a coach on the team at the minute, and it has been a journey so far from where she started and where she is today. And when she came in the door as a client at the very start, even when you look back at like the skateboard shoot that you done the very first time that everyone just loved, I'm so excited to kind of bring you behind the scenes of what has been going on currently in her life. And the reason I want to do that is because it's a journey to get from client to your own transformation, physically, mentally, spiritually, to setting up your own business, to stepping outside your comfort zone, to doing something totally different career wise, and then being in a position that like you just wouldn't have been here if we hadn't started here with yourself. So maybe you just give everyone a little intro into yourself, where you're currently at. Maybe start with where you are so people that don't know anything can kind of get a little bit of an idea, and you take it away.
Okay, I'll go back to the absolute start. I remember before I signed on with Kira, I think the only way to actually describe me was I was an insecure little girl. I didn't like myself very much, and it wasn't even like body wise. It was more, I never kept promises to myself. I didn't treat myself right. I didn't treat my body right. Any chance I got, I was in the pub.
Yeah.
And then I had a takeaway after and a takeaway before. And I was riddled with anxiety. But it was purely because I wasn't looking after myself.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
was, I had no ambition and I had no want for more for myself. And I think it was more from a place of I thought I didn't deserve it more than anything else.
Yeah, yeah. And that's it was when you came, you were, geez, when I even look back on that, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even really remember you back then. But you were on your nerves. You could feel it, you could see it, you were constantly on this wheel. And I think that whole journey of starting, like what was the first point of starting for anyone that is listening that's saying, oh my God, I really need to start and do that. I feel the same way. Like what was it that you picked up the phone and you decided, no, I'm gonna make a change?
So I had a really bad relationship with foods,
Mm-hmm.
and it was more so like a binge cycle. Like I would be on my fitness pal and I'd be eating the 1,200 calories and tracking everything religiously. And then come the weekend, I was absolutely starving and would eat absolutely everything in sight. And then come Monday, it was like, okay, right, 1,200 calories again, let's go. I didn't like how I looked.
Yeah.
And I also think it was more like it wasn't even for myself at the start. It was more so how do other people see me?
Yeah, that's so important because it's like sometimes people think it's always for yourself, it's always for yourself, but sometimes you're so covered in emotions, feelings, insecurity, doubt that like you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it to make sure someone else accepts you, to make sure someone else thinks you look good, or a bad comment won't be said about you again. But that's along the journey, I feel like you discover your why, you repurpose it, and you're like, actually, I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm doing it for me right now.
I think it's I looked in the mirror and I was like, I don't want to take my clothes off for anyone.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, right, I have to do it. My best friend Kaylee, she was with you and she sung your praises and I seen how well she was doing. And I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And she was like, no, Laurie, you need to. And I was like, fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna book the call. And that's it. You were still doing WhatsApp
Oh
calls.
my God. Was Kaylee first in before you?
Kaylee was in before me, yeah.
Oh my God. What was Kaylee's reason for starting, and how did she find me?
Kaylee had followed you for years.
Right,
And I
okay.
remember she was like, no, I'm gonna sign up with Kira Rossi. It was just after lockdown. So me and
Mm,
Kaylee moved in together during lockdown
right.
and like it was takeaways. It was if we
Yeah.
weren't drinking every night, we were drinking every second night because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I need to get my act together. She was like, I don't like how I look, so I'm gonna change it. So
Yeah.
her mindset was a whole lot different to mine. She was doing it for herself, but I was
Mhm.
like, no, I'm gonna do it for validation from other people.
Yeah. And did you say that out loud or was that just an internal thing?
That was an internal thing.
Yeah, like when I asked you what was your goal, you would write it down and you want to feel better. I don't think you actually realized though that you could do it and what you were capable of because your body responded very, very fast that you were probably like, wow.
100, like I knew what to do. I'd been
Yeah,
training since I was 18. And I
yeah,
remember on the call with you, I was like, I want to grow some glutes.
yeah,
And I want a tiny waist, big bum, what
yeah,
everyone wants.
yeah, the goals.
And I was like, that's all I want. I know how to do it, but I just can't get there. I
Mhm.
couldn't keep the promises to myself. I hadn't got the confidence in myself. I
Yeah,
actually didn't believe in myself. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I need someone else to tell me how. Even though I knew how, I
yeah.
was like, I just need someone else to take the driver's seat.
Love that. And did Kaylee's when she started, was she doing it a long time before you started? Because I love when you hear of other people doing something because you're like, if that works for her, I'm gonna try it. Because it's like it's a living proof. It's not anyone else selling it. It's like the proof is there that someone else is doing it. You're like, might try it. If she's getting that result, I feel like I'm similar.
I think she was only 2 months in, but her
Right.
results were amazing.
Yeah.
And from living with Kaylee, I seen the change straight away. I was like, wow, she's getting up, she's going to the gym, she's making her meals, she's getting her steps done. I was like, why am I sitting here on my arse?
Yeah, yeah. I love that. That's environment. Environment in your circle is everything. And you two are like the bestie. One supports the other, sisters. Like, if anyone knows, everyone's always like Kaylee and Laurie, Laurie and Kaylee. Like, they always come as a duo, and then the dogs come. And it's like, it's a combo. It's the four of them, and it's the two of them, and you support one another no matter what, you know what I mean? And it's such a great thing to have such a lovely friendship. Do you ever have any competition between each other, or no?
Competition between each other.
Yeah,
I actually don't think so. And
yeah,
I think it just comes from, like we say it all the time, like in our friendship, like I'm not jealous of anything Kaylee has and she's not jealous of anything I have. And I think that works really well. Like we both have different goals. So
yeah.
like there's no competition, like healthy competition probably. I'll be like, I'll finish this faster than you.
Yeah, good
Right, you
competition.
clean the kitchen, I'll clean the same room, see who
Yeah,
gets done quicker. But
love
no,
it.
like it's just one of them environments like where it's we support each other, but like there's no competition in it. There's no ego in it.
Yeah, love that. I have noticed over the last couple of years of working together with both of you that I've noticed you've both changed and the evolution overall, inside out, your transformation, but mentally and you girls in terms of like Dublin is a very small area. We all know that. It's a tight knit, everyone knows everyone's business. My question would be is like when we look at what has shifted in your life and has also impacted your choices, your decisions, your habits, your environment. Like, how did you both slowly start to chip away and pull back from other people? Because that was one thing that I feel like you have changed massively. That maybe the people on the outside would love to hear that because, again, like you look at both of you and you're like, oh my God, like what has shifted there?
I think like what you said, environments.
Yeah.
Like taking yourself out of some environments like that, going out every weekend and like nothing else, like putting yourself in new environments, like your circle is so important. The people you have around you literally do shape you.
Mm-hmm.
I think confidence wise as well, like I was always a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kaylee is forever giving out to me and she's like, stop saying yeah.
Yeah.
Stop it, like, and I'm like, yeah, no, I know, and I'm like, I feel bad, and she's like, well, you can't feel bad, like, you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
I think she's one of the reasons, like, I've mainly changed, in
Yeah.
fairness,
Love that.
like, she's a strong head, and she's like, no, especially even, like, with Pixie,
Yeah.
she's like, you're doing that, and
She pushes her over the line. She was
I
even
was
a
like,
signed you
what?
up for coach and everything before.
She's like, text her right now, text Kira Rossi right now, you're doing that, and I'm like, no, but, like, maybe I'll just wait and think about it,
Yeah.
text her now.
Like it's that one friend, it's that one support, it's the people that are like sometimes the closest that are the most blessing in your life that are just like, come on, push it over the line. That one person believes in you, and that's when your whole life has changed. And again, your life change and has impacted her, and her life change and has impacted you. So it's like when you can grow and get better, everyone is on their own level, their own speed, their own journey, but it's like it's a catalyst to your journey and your transformation, you know. What was the thing that started you with the Pixie and getting your course done and your cert? What was that like? Because that was a journey a long time after everything as well.
Yeah, so I remember the first time you posted one for a coach, and I was like, Kira, do you need a PT cert?
Yeah, yeah,
And
I
you were like,
remember.
yeah, Larry, you do. And I was like, right, grand. And you were like, go get it. And I
Yeah,
was like, okay, I'll look. But again, I hadn't got the confidence in myself then.
yeah,
I was like, oh no, I couldn't.
yeah.
Like, I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't post online.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take pictures of myself. I probably posted on Instagram once a year,
Yeah, yeah.
literally
I
once a year.
know. Yeah,
And like, even like, so I'd say the first one was the shoot. And I
yeah.
remember you saying it to me about the shoot, and you were like, I think you should do a shoot. And I was like, God, no, no, never
Couldn't
say it to
think of
me again.
anything worse, and you blew the
Abs-
whole internet up. Everyone was dying over it, and that was your first ever. I remember you never posted before that, and that was your first of like, I'll start putting stuff out. I think you used all your photos in one go.
Oh yeah, it was like the span of a week
I was
because
like,
Ralph sent
spread
them
them
out every
out,
three.
Larry.
Ralph sent them like every 3 days, and I was like, I'm just gonna post them now.
Yeah, like,
But I was so proud of myself because that was one thing I was like, I never thought I'd be able to do that. I
yeah,
never got into photos. I was like, No, I'll take the photo."
yeah,
I remember you said it to me. I was like, what do you mean you want me to get in front of a camera? I was like, I don't know how
yeah.
to pose. I don't know how to do any of that. I can't do that. And it was like excuse after excuse.
Hmm.
And it was literally just at that stage, I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to say yes to everything.
Yeah.
And that was the one mindset shift. I was like, I'm going to say yes to everything. And if I fail, I fail. At least I learned something.
Exactly. And like if you don't try, you're never really gonna know. And it's that saying, it's like, oh my God, but what was then the clicking moment to say, no, I'm gonna do the course and I'm gonna make this change? Was it like an unhappiness in where you currently were in your job? Because I know you do love your career and stuff like that, but what was the change that you were like, you know what, I would make a great coach? I think my reinforcement as well had been something because I was like, Larry, come on, you would be a great coach. And I remember you were like, yeah, no, I like, does life just continue? Because I know so many women are stuck in a cycle of, I'll do it when, I'll start then, I'll push it out a little bit. Like, what was it for you? Because people will be like, oh my God, that's me right now.
So you posted it
Yeah.
and I text you and I was like, okay, tell me more. And in typical Kira Rossi fashion, she was like, I'm hyper.
I said, I already have you down.
And I was like, no, no, Kira, please hold the
Hang
brakes.
on.
Let's talk about it first. And she was like, no, Larry, how long are you saying this? She was
Yeah.
like, how long have you said this to me before? And I was like, okay, yeah, it's been years. And you were
Yeah.
like, come on. And I was like, yeah, I love where I'm at in life, but I want more for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And how long am I going to wait until I actually do something to have more for myself? I was like, I'm 29.
Yeah.
I was like, am I going to push it out until I'm 40?
Yeah.
Am I going to then think, what if? What if I started 10 years ago? What if I never done it? And then I'd be like, oh, what would have happened if I done that? I'd rather live with something I can't do than a regret.
Yeah, I love that. And that was the breaking point. I feel like that was like the moment where you were like, it clicked. And then after that, you continued on with the course and you went right in with like wanting to learn, set up your own business, and maybe give a little bit of background on that because a lot of people will think you went from client to coach on the team, but it didn't go like that at the start, you know?
No, so I joined the course and finished the course, and I didn't immediately sign up to Pixie. I was like, "Do you know what? I'm gonna give it a try."
Yeah,
And I think it was 2, 3 months later, and I'd reached out and I was like, "Do you know what? I just want to learn." At the end of the day, I'm never gonna know everything.
yeah,
Having a PT cert is great, but I actually want to learn. I want to learn the behind the scenes. I want to learn how to be a great coach. I want to learn how to market. I want to learn how to actually offer things that people want.
yeah,
So I was like, I'm gonna sign up for Pixie. And I think I was pushed so much in
yeah.
Pixie.
I
Like
really did stretch it.
between the one-to-ones and the calls. And like Kira's like, right, we
They were
have
so intense, weren't they? Remember the one-to-one calls? I think at some point you were starting to resent me a little bit or dodge me because it was uncomfortable, wasn't it?
yeah, no, like you made me face all my limiting beliefs. And like there was a book full of them.
Yeah,
And like it was hard, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it was like, right, this is your to-do list. And again, it was that mindset, right, if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? If I don't put my all into this,
Yeah.
when am I going to? I'm literally going to live with regrets. And
Yeah.
that's the last thing I want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I love that.
You said it to me all the time. You're like, just do it. Just post it. Just
Yeah.
post on your stories. Just talk on your stories. And I was, no, Kira, I can't. No, Kira,
Yeah.
I can't. And she's like, no, you think about it like you're going to put yourself off. And I was like, right, I'm just doing it
You're a
right
great
now.
people person, talk. And all my mom says, and she's a watcher, by the way, she sees everything. She's like, isn't Laurie great? Isn't Laurie just consistently always putting stuff up? Sometimes she calls you Kaylee. She's like, isn't Kaylee great on the Instagram? I said, no, Kaylee isn't on Instagram. I said, that's Laurie. Oh, yeah, no, Laurie is great. And she always says it, but people can see the shift and change in you. Did that have any positives and negatives with people in your life at that stage? Like, was there anything, because people are always so scared of other people's opinions, or were people so supportive of it?
I think so. Before then, I'd kind of shifted my circle anyway. So,
Yeah.
like during the PT course, I'd kind of shifted my circle, which done me the world of good because I was just in new circles with people who were more on my wavelength.
Hmm.
Like, say I hadn't talked to someone in 3 months and then we were chatting. It was actually Robin, and we met up for the first time in like 3 months, and she was like, Laurie, like, I don't know that person on your Instagram.
Yeah.
She was
And
like,
can
I
I
don't know
actually
you.
butt in on that part there? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm just thinking of how your journey has inspired her to join on some calls. She's setting up her business. She's putting herself out there more. There's obviously all different influences, but I feel like you are definitely one of those for her.
Yeah, no, like even so, like even I remember she joined that call with you and I was texting her. I was like, "Are you taking down ideas?" And she was like, "Don't worry, they're going 90." But like she was like, "I can't believe you're doing this," and I was like, "Why aren't you?" And she was
Yeah.
like, "Why am I?" And I was like, "Robin, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why aren't you?"
But it's the exact same. You are in her position, so when you step out of those shoes and into someone new, there's a gap, isn't there, in between where you're kind of like, oh God, am I doing the right thing, or what is happening right now?
Oh, 100%. Like there's always going to be like a million questions.
Yeah,
Every time I post on Instagram, I'm like, "Oh God," and I
yeah,
still get that. Like I post every day, and I'm like, "Oh God."
yeah,
And like I'm always gonna question myself, and like I think that's just who I am. I think everyone's like that. But
yeah,
I'm like, it's literally just like pressing the fucking button. I'm
yeah.
like, do it, do it. If I don't do it now, I'm not gonna do it.
Exactly, love that. I know people will definitely be like, "Oh my God, that's so brave and all," but it's really just doing it. Like even though we say it, just do it. You have to try. You know. What's it been like transitioning from like client into coach on the team now? Because I feel like you've just blended in perfectly. Like talk about leadership and taking the reins. Like when I'm not here and I'm not able to get home, like I needed someone to stand in to show up to lead the girls by example. And let's give credit to Kaylee as well right now. I hope she's listening. But she also has been a big part of it. Like if she need that and done, she's like, I'll go and do that. I'll bring her here. And I'm like, the two of you work as a team with that, even behind the scenes for the shoot and things like that as well. But like you had the first opportunity when you were only a month into the team, or even like maybe yeah, it was a month into the team
Yeah, it was.
to go and carry a big photo shoot weekend. What was that like? Because that's like a big task when I'm asking for like a high standard. I'm looking for this. Like, can you see how everything runs and how did it feel?
It was absolutely nerve-wracking. And I think from
Yeah,
the very start, like even in the group chat, I was like, right, how do I just transition? Like I've been in positions before in jobs where I went from like team member to team manager.
yeah.
And I remember it was the hardest transition ever because you're like, you have to rebuild trust.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build different relationships and it's completely different. And I was like, and now I have to do this in Fit Coach Rossi. I was like, this is absolutely nerve-wracking. Even like the
Yeah,
first post in the WhatsApp group, I was
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
how am I going to do this?
yeah,
But I was like, again, just put yourself out there. Just
yeah,
do it.
yeah,
And the shoot was nerve-wracking, but like it was also so easy.
yeah,
Like once I was in there, I was like, yeah, no, come on, this is what we're doing.
yeah,
All the girls were absolute angels. Like not, and in my head, I was like, they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want her, I won't care her.
yeah,
She's not my coach.
yeah,
Who is she?
yeah.
But not one of the girls ever
No.
even gave an inkling of that. They were all lovely, and I went in and I was like, right, come on, this is what we're doing. Came to me with questions.
Yeah.
helping them with their poses, and like it was the most fun day. Sam's also a dream to work with,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
made it 100% easy. Like it was, I was like, right, I just have to bring the vibes.
Yeah. All you have to do is be yourself. That's all you had to do is just be Laurie and arrive on the day and have the fun. And you're a very fast paced person anyway. So like you go with speed. So when I'm like, let's do this, is you're like, yeah, let's go. Or I love that you come with ideas and you've got inspiration and you're constantly wanting to learn and grow. And I think when you've coached someone from client to business, which I had the opportunity of doing with Laurie before she had even come on board. What was the decision to jump from your own hair to community and over with Fit Coach Rossi? Now I'm throwing it on the spot.
Kira, I swear to good God, I think I manifested this. And I
Right,
said this
okay.
to Kaylee the other day. Like, I remember reaching out to you with that first job, and I was like, no, I want to work for you. And
Yeah.
you were like,
I
well,
said no.
go get your PT cert. And I
Yeah.
was like, right, okay.
I
And
said
then you
no the
first,
second time too.
oh, no, I know. Third time lucky. I was like, okay. Again, it was Kaylee. She was like, text her. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, she said no, Pixie girls. And she was like, I don't care. Text her. And I was like, no, but like that fear of rejection was right there. And
Yeah.
like fear of rejection with people I don't know, I don't care. And I
Yeah.
was like, no, but I know, Kara. And she
Yeah.
was like, I don't care. What's the
Yeah.
worst she can say? No. And I was like,
Exactly.
do you know what? You're dead right. You're dead right. And then like it's always just been a community I loved.
Yeah.
And it's something I thought about for 3 years straight, even as I was doing my own journey. I was
Mhm.
like, I love Fit Coach Rossi. I
Yeah.
love the values. I love everything that they do.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, having your own business is great, but I think that's where I fit in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
I
think
was like,
your ego always says, do I want a business or do I want a business? And you know, like, why do you want a business? Do you want a business for the headache? Because it comes with a lot of that. Or do you want it to be part of something and also have such a great, because you know the opportunity and the growth that what it goes at. So you knew as well, like, I know I can grow here. You know, I feel like if you feel like you're ever capped, well, then you're kind of like, it's a little bit different. Um, do you want to explain why I said no to Pixie Girls at the start? Like when you applied the first time, you hadn't got the cert, you were just a client. Then when you applied the second time, it was, I said I never will take Pixie Girls. Why did I say that?
you said that because you wanted everyone to grow on their own. You wanted everyone to go on their own journey. And I think I needed that as well.
For
I
sure.
needed to prove myself that
Yeah.
I could do it,
Yeah.
that I could get people in the door, I could get transformations, I could post consistently, I could keep promises to myself, I could show up as a leader.
Yeah.
And like, if you had said no a third time, that would have been absolutely fine. I
Yeah.
still would have kept going because at
Exactly.
that point it was I had the perseverance.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I believed in myself, but I was like, do you know what? What's the worst that could happen?
Exactly. And you know what? I have a question. Like, when we look at a full overall transition like this, like, and when you look at like your journey from start to finish and other people that are wanting to do this as well, like, is there anything that you would have changed along the way? Because right now when I look at your page, you're consistent with your content, you show like how does it look so easy on the outside right now for anyone that's like, you look like it's so effortless and it comes second nature. What changed for you there? What is it, the clicking moments?
Do you know what people said that? People say that to me all the time. They're
Yeah,
like,
it looks very
how'd you do the
natural.
content? How'd you have the ideas? And I'm like, I just do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've just stopped second guessing myself. If I have an idea, it's written down in my notes. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
If I have a thought, I'm getting it done right there and then because if I leave it for 10 minutes, then I'm actually gonna forget about it.
Yeah. And is it because you love it and you enjoy doing it? Is there anything that you're like, don't really enjoy doing it, but I do it?
No, I think I love all of it.
Yeah. Like you love
Genuinely.
creating.
Yeah, no, I do. I'd be a very creative person. Like I think
Yeah.
I've done it. I've done makeup. I've
Doing
done
a
that
lot.
course. I've done that for years. And I'm like, that's always something that brings me absolute joy. Like I text the girl saying, I was like, do you reckon I could get a sewing machine and make my own outfits for electric picnic? And they're like, no, please, you have
Stop.
to.
You do love stuff like that though. Even like your outfits are always different for shoots. They're always different, like the Dubai ones, the headscarf and all. You never really have like what everyone else would be wearing.
Yeah. I mean, I think especially like if I want to put myself out there, I don't want to be a carbon copy of anyone else.
Yeah.
I want to be myself.
Yeah.
So even if it's just like a video of me talking, a video of me in the gym, like I don't want that forced or faked.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's also easy as well. I was like, I'm not going to show up as anyone but myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if
Amazing.
people don't like it, people don't like it. That's fine. If something flops, something flops.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. What's the worst that can happen? I feel sad for a minute.
Yeah. Exactly. Boo-hoo.
Yeah, it doesn't affect my life whatsoever. And
Hmm.
like people come up to me even in my job when I'm in the office and they're like, I seen your Instagram post and that was very good. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Love
And
it.
I die of embarrassment. I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah, but it's there. People are always watching, and from what you're saying there, I have a question. Like, what's one like a common misconception that people have about you, or something that they might judge before they know you? Do you know? Do you have anything there that you know off the
I
top of your head?
People always think I'm a bitch
Okay, right? Why?
or they meet me. I have no clue. I
Yeah.
don't know if I put out that persona online.
Is it because you're confident?
Probably.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you?
I'd give myself a 9 most days.
Yeah, yeah, you are. You're confident, and you talk to anyone.
Oh, I talked to a while, but I wasn't always like that. I
Oh.
was probably the most introverted, anxious person you ever would have met. Like
Mm,
I couldn't go out and not have 5 drinks because I needed 5 drinks to talk to someone.
yes.
I
Oh my
couldn't have
God.
a conversation. I would sit there in silence and play with my water bottle if somebody talked to me because I was like, I actually don't know what to say to you.
Yeah.
But it was literally just not having confidence in myself. I was like, I don't know. I was second guessing everything I said.
Yeah.
I was like, no, like, why would they want to talk to me? And now I'm like, I'm great.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. I love that. Yeah, it's pure confidence. It's just how you carry and just by being who you are. But people will always judge or read a book by its cover. But when you hear a podcast like this and you hear your journey and see where you've come from, like it's amazing. And you should be so proud of yourself as well for that too. But you know, I was thinking, I know your mom is very spiritual. She's very tapped in. We love talking about the sages, her breath work, and she's basically like a facilitator. She plays a big role, number one supporter as well. Like, what has that helped you with along the journey of her being like that?
I think so. My mom's always preached like meditation and like being okay with yourself. And I'm like, when I was younger, I was like, no, this crazy bitch again. Like, leave me alone. And she's like, no, like from the age of 14, The Secret was played in my house. And I was like, no, you need to stop playing this. Like,
Yeah,
it's not working for you either, mom. I'm sorry. But she was like, no, you have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. And I
love it.
think that's always rubbed off on me. And now I'm like, no, I can get what I want. Like, if somebody else has that, why can't I?
Hmm.
Yeah, the universe will absolutely give it to me if I put in the work. And I think that's a misconception about it as well. And I think that's what my mom had for a long time. And that's why I was like, no, ma, you're crazy. She
Yeah,
was like, no, it's just manifestation. And I'm like, it's not though.
yeah.
And I now have these conversations and back and forth with her. I'm like, it's not just manifestation, it's manifestation, and then you put in the work.
Meet
You
her
have to
halfway.
put that, yeah, you have to put that foot forward, or else you're going to stay in the same place.
Yeah.
But I think mindset wise, it's changed my life as well. Like my mom will go out and she's like, I got you a new journal. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
The journal, the sage, the Paolo Santo, there's everything that, and it really shows though, like the inside out from your mind, from your heart, from your soul, from your foods, from the things you eat, how you carry yourself. Like it with that song, Start With Yourself, it starts with yourself. And that was the only thing that changed within your life. You said, you know what, I don't know what I want really right now. You just knew you wanted more for yourself, and taking that leap of just starting with your journey and yourself, and then also moving on and starting with the course. And who knew you'd be inside Fit Coach Rossi as a coach one day? You know what I mean? Like it's a yeah, and it's a 360 journey. But when you look at it, it has been effortless to get like to where you are right now. It's been hard, absolutely, and a lot of self discovering and shedding and a lot of heartbreak and stuff along the way. But like where you are right now, what piece of advice would you give to your younger self and your future version self? Like when you can speak to her and where you're going to be, how would you like to feel over on this end, where you'd like to see your life in 3 to 5 years, even for someone that's looking for a bit of inspiration?
For my younger self,
Yeah.
say yes to things that scare you. If it scares you, if it's going to challenge you, just do it. It's going to change your life. You literally do not get confident in anything without doing it. It's the same in the gym. You're
Yeah.
not going to be confident in the gym until you go in and put the reps in. You're
Yeah.
not going to be confident posting on Instagram until you have a number of posts
Yeah.
wrapped up. You're not
Mm-hmm.
going to be confident in that until you do it.
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say yes to every opportunity.
Yeah. Love it.
What would I say to myself in 3 to 5 years?
Yes, like if you're speaking right now in existence and your life is, you're 3 years down the line, how does your life look? How does it feel? What way are you kind of sitting in your life?
I think the way I want to sit in my life in 3 to 5 years is the main thing I want for myself is happiness. Like when I think of success,
Yeah.
I think of being happy
Yeah.
in my life, in my home, in my body. Like
Yeah.
that is the main goal for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be full-time online
Yeah.
and potentially living somewhere hot
Yes. Love it. Please.
without the rain.
Yeah, and that's the choice though that you get to make, you know? So the fact that you have this endless possibility of things that you're just like on stepping stones right now to get to, it's so exciting. And it's like currently right now when we're in the Lionsgate portal and when it's like up until 888, like the 8th of August on the 8th of the month, it's such an amazing time right now to feel those feelings currently right now in this moment, to step forward, to inspire the girls more, to lead by example. So I just loved hearing your story again, because I feel like we actually haven't sat down to hear everything out, and it's so easy to talk to you, take things on the chin, you're like, yeah, no, that's perfect. You never want me to just be like, it's all good. You're like, yeah, let's stretch it a little bit more, ready to go all in. And I think when you're determined, resilient, you're super confident, you're, even if you're not confident, you take the action and the confidence comes after, you know deep down your heart, like, this is going to work regardless. So I feel like you've just surrendered everything to the universe, that you're like, I know it's all coming in due time. Am I right by saying that?
Oh, 100%. Like and you get the signs all the time once you do just surrender and you're grateful and you look for the abundance in life.
Yeah.
Like we had a chat earlier, I was like, things just keep coming. And
Yeah.
like, I'm like, yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, it's like you already kind of premeditated it. You're like, it's, I knew, but this is amazing. Thank you. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
incredible, you know?
100%. Like if you're in a negative mindset, you're going to stay in a negative life. And like, I'll catch myself sometimes. Don't get me wrong. No one's
Yeah.
perfect. Like last week, I was like, oh, this is just such a shit week.
Yeah.
And again, it was Kaylee. She was like, that's an awful mindset to have. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It is an awful mindset to have. I need
Yeah, I
to
could
go
just
for a
imagine
walk.
Kaylee saying that, like, for real, like, Rossi, hear you saying that now. You know? And let's actually look back at that. Let's finish the episode with, like, the full circle moment is all about you. It's all about where we are right now. Everyone is in that right now with the triangle. Fit Coach Rossi, me, you, the business. Everything is like blossoming, blooming into something bigger than ourselves. I think we need to give a little bit of credit to Mrs. Kaylee Dunn over here, because she's also part of the
100%.
journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I literally wouldn't have been able to do anything without her. Like, even when you were talking about the shoot earlier, when she was driving me down, she was like, you all right? And I was like, we're going to be late. And she was like, no, you need to calm down. Like, we're going into the shoot now. Like, you're grand. But, like, she's always the person who has championed me, who has pushed me forward, and I wouldn't have actually done any of it without her.
Yeah, and she takes out she takes out and says, we have an Osmo here, and I go, see? And she's like, yeah, Laura never said, did she? I said, no, we have an Osmo here. All right, now you do. And you have it out, and you're both inspiring one another, you know? So that's why I'm trying to highlight it to people, that it's so important to have, even if it's only one person in your life, whether it's a family, a friend, a co-worker, someone close in that circle, that's going to catalyst you, because what you give out will always come back. So her giving out for herself was to you, which came back to her, which is well internally too for her. I've been chatting to her too. She's also starting to shift a lot of things and want a new life and new perspective. And we all went to Dubai and we done that workshop with Harsha, and everyone left very different. Everyone left feeling like, holy shit, like something's changing here, something's evolving, and I think that's what makes the community, the friendship, the circle, so much more special than just like a transaction and a business.
Yeah, 100%. Like the community is next level.
It is. It has.
Really is.
If you haven't got that, the heart isn't beating. It's solid.
Yeah, in Pixie, in Fit Coach Rossi, like I've never been in more accepting and uplifting groups. And like everyone's super busy. But I know if I text any of the girls and I was like, hey, I need your help with this, they'd be like, yeah, no bother.
Yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
just such selfishness.
Yeah,
Self, am I
selfless.
saying that right? Selflessness, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
There's no ego.
yeah.
Like it's just women wanting to help women. And it's
Um,
beautiful.
I love it, and I have a question from my end. Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think the community is so strong? Because I'm not going to just sit and take it, but like, what do you think was the thing? Why is it like that? Do you think?
Look, you obviously
Yeah.
you brought everyone together and you facilitate the things that make people actually connect,
Hmm.
whether it be stuff like Harsha, whether it be the group chats,
Yeah.
whether it be communication, but also the type, I think you attract the right people for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the people you've attract are literally your tribe and they're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And I think
Everyone
that
is
matters
similar.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Everyone is different but similar in energetic ways, and everyone just wants that feeling of like, I know there's more. I'm in this caterpillar bubble right now, but I'm ready to open my wings and I need to see what color they are and fly. And no one is wearing the same wings. Everyone has different colors, shapes, sizes, and that's what authenticity is. That's what community is. And I promise you, I thought you could do everything by yourself for a long time, even though I knew subconsciously you can't, because again, like your community, your circle, your people around you, that's the thing that like butterflies out into more and more and more, and that expansion. So maybe right now, for anyone that is coming to the end of this episode, I hope that like you look at Laurie's journey, her story, as like prime example of what's possible, what's to come. Follow her journey, like be supportive of one another as well. That's something that I do highlight a lot. Like it takes nothing to like someone's post, it takes nothing to support and comment, it takes nothing to reach out to someone that, it will always come back to you tenfold.
100%.
Amazing. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on as well. I'm excited to listen back to this. This was flow. There's always a script. There's always different things, and then it's just like we go completely off topic, and it's just so natural. So thank you for coming on, and I am excited to hear what you guys think of this. Make sure to like, subscribe. Make sure to tag us as well if you do listen, and I will tag Laurie's Instagram, Fit Coach Rossi, mine below. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.